I get it. I get it. Yeah.
我是 Ray， 今天我想要做一个比较不一样的 video， 今天会做一个 Pot-Limit Omaha 的 video。那今天由于我对 Pot-Limit Omaha 也没有非常的熟悉，那也自己在学习当中。我现在呢，请到一位我非常好的朋友，叫做 Joe，Mr. Anderson Joe。Everybody， Joe 他只会讲英文而已，不过他会在这边跟我一起打这个 Omaha session， 然后would you just pot this?
Yeah, or 650 is fine.
Yeah.
Like,
所以就会让我，就会跟我一起打这个 session， 然后他，所以就虽然不会讲英文，不过他会跟我讲解一些 Omaha 的概念，然后我会翻译给大家听，然后顺便一起学习。So Joe, why don't you tell us about a few things that a Hold'em player needs to look out for when they're transitioning from Hold'em to Pot-Limit Omaha?
okay, I guess one of the biggest things is you have to look at it as a new game. You have to think of it as a game of trying to, like flop the nuts or get into like nutted hand situations. So you want to be getting like really big flush draws or big straight draws or big two pairs and bigger sets. So in this game, you want to try to avoid marginal situations as much as possible because a lot of the times you're going to be in coin flip situations like 45-55s, but the more you can stay away from those and get into a more dominated situation where you're the 55 or 60-40 is what you kind of want to aim at. So the best way to start as a transitioning no limit hold'em player is to really tighten up. Under the gun, you want to play with hands that are going to be very nutted post flop. So you want to play specifically with hands that basically all four cards work together. It's very crucial to play very tight under the gun.
Alright, Joe, let me just pause for a second. This hand is I recall that this is a decent hand, but it's not good because it's a lower connected.
Yeah.
So a good one would be like 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, or higher.
So, but I would still call here because
definitely.
I would still call here.
It's still a rundown. Like we call that like we call it a rundown because it goes 5-2. Yeah, but then
but like the reason why this is an inferior hand is because this can make a lot of dominated straights, etc. So I'm just gonna fold here.
Yeah, you definitely fold here.
I'm gonna ask you if he calls right here, who would be calling as well?
One of the reasonings why I wouldn't call would be mainly because my flush draws are dominated. I'm only looking for bottom-ended straights, and I feel like we only can continue when we flop somewhat of a nutted hand, and even if we do, there could be a flush draw that's out there that easily has enough equity to get it in.
This guy obviously doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, he definitely
double suited jump. Alright, so let's just pause for a second. Let me give the viewers some translation.
Okay.
So 刚刚问了一下，就是说对于一个no limit hold'em player 想要打 Omaha 的话，他们会有什么样注意的地方？那就是说，你不要把 Pot-Limit Omaha 当作是 no limit hold'em 的其中，或是有点类似的 game. It is, but 但是你加入这个游戏的时候，你必须要有一个全新的这个learning process， 因为它本身非常不一样。Pot-Limit Omaha 比较适合就是说你的牌都是要做到非常好的牌，因为 Pot-Limit Omaha 有4张，你可以做到很多牌，可是你不怎么好的牌就尽量不要去用。So this would be a fold here.
Yeah, definitely. If he didn't limp,
I would open.
Yeah, definitely. You want 50 to 45% of your hands, you want to be opening on the button. So any suited ace, almost any suited.
所以很重要的东西就是说，当你在买同花的时候，或是买顺子的时候，你都是要买到最大的同花、最大的顺子，而不要去买那种中间的牌。Like this one, I would fold here or open.
Yeah, you could just fold now. You can. It depends on who's behind you.
Like, it looks pretty shitty.
It is pretty shitty.
5, King 9.
But if you know that the button is tight, you can definitely open that because it's suited to the king, and you have King 10-9, which is like somewhat Broadway.
那刚刚就还要讲到一个很重要的东西，就是说你4张牌都要就是分工合作，都要连在一起。比如说像一个好的牌，比如说是 10 Jack King Queen or 6 7 8 9 would be considered very strong hands.
Very, very strong.
Yes, very strong hands. Whereas
those are like aces and kings.
所以像 aces kings
Ace King
very strong hands as well. 因为你想要在 Pot-Limit Omaha 你想要第一个你想要中 set， 可是要是 top set 或者 at least middle set， 你不要中 like deuce deuce and go for bottom set and somebody oversets you 那样子。
Yeah, and you'll think it's a cooler, but it really isn't.
But it really isn't. And then you want to play like 你那个同花的话，你最好是有 A 带的同花，所以有 nut flush draw. And then if you're going for a straight draw， 你要上面2张，不是下面2张，不是那种 idiot end of the straight. So it's very important. Let's see what else. I've also watched some videos, and then they mentioned that position is even more important in Omaha than it is in Holden.
Definitely. That's why we're opening 50% of our button, because we know that we have the last, decision. We get to see everything. You get so much information in these games, especially since they play so passively. People are check calling with all draws, and they're check raising with all strong hands. So it's very, it's very easy to play when you can see what your opponent's going to do. So one of the things no limit players I think need to get used to in this game is that they're going to be bet folding a ton. Like whenever you feel like you might want to check back, like you might want to check back for pot control, whatever, like you should be bet folding in this game. That's a general a bigger strategy for PLO.
Okay, so this will be a pretty bad hand as well.
Yeah.
Very particular. So I would fold here actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Just because of this deuce. That's double suited. If it's double suited, it becomes playable.
Even double suited, I could see you definitely playing that. I would still play this hand if I was on the button.
Yeah, I'll play it on the button, but I wouldn't call like a raise from on the button.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't call a raise.
就刚刚提到就是说，在 Omaha 里面呢，normal Hold'em player 必须要知道，就是说这些 game 非常 passive， 他们不会，很多人要有牌他们才可以 raise or whatever。所以当我们在打的时候，我们很多时候可以直接 bet， 然后对上他们如果有 raise 的话，我们可以盖牌，所以很多 bet fold 的 situation。那刚刚这个牌4263，算是 connected 没有错，但是4263跟3456其实差很多。就why don't you tell us the difference? I know this is a big one. A difference between 3-2-4-6 and 3-4-5-6.
Okay, yeah.
Just because of that 5.
It's okay. The thing with rundowns, there are kind of trouble hands, especially the low ones. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's 2, 4, 5, 6, and then there's there's gonna be 2, 3, 4, 7. So
2% would be terrible.
Yeah, because you really, really do not want the gap at the top, because you're going to always be dominated by.
So you would rather have gaps towards the bottom.
Gap at the bottom still makes it a good rundown, or better than Yeah. Then the one at the top is very, very dangerous, because every straight draw you flop is just going to be a higher straight draw out there, or a higher straight. So the ones in the middle and the ones at the bottom, I say are definitely okay, almost near rundowns.
Okay,
kind of.
所以在 Omaha 里面，连在一起的牌我们会叫做 rundown，就是可能像刚刚4567、3456、2346这样子。可是要注意的就是说，你的 rundown， 尤其是像在4567的时候，你那个最好是67，最好是连在一起，而不是说3457，里面让6差很多。So now we actually have 2 pair, which in normal Hold'em this is a very strong hand.
Yeah.
But I would just bet here. I don't know.
Yeah, I would just pot it.
Okay, so you just pot it.
Yeah. Because we don't really want to check call. We don't want to check raise.
Right.
In no limit Hold'em, we could do check raise, but you definitely, if you get raised here, you're never good.
So you should just pitch it right here.
Yeah, right here. Someone raises you, you're done.
所以在刚刚我们这个 2 pair 上面，就说，如果我们刚刚被 raise 的话，我们就直接把牌丢掉。因为在 normal Hold'em 这个牌是 almost we can play all in on normal Hold'em。在这个 Omaha 的话。你会对上比你更好的牌，或是 very strong draw.
Yeah.
This has to be. So this would be a hand where I consider to be pretty good.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
Were they re-raising or just to call it?
I think either play is fine. I'd probably go more towards a re-raise though.
Okay, so we'll just re-raise pot.
Yeah, since he's shorter, I might re-raise a little smaller.
所以这个就是所谓的一个 rundown， 然后是8、9、10 Q。可是ideally we would have a jack and it's double suited, but
definitely.
it was still a pretty good hand.
Yeah, and the fact that you have 3 flush cards, don't worry too much. It's like only 1 less flush card if you flop a flush.
What would you do here if you like ships it back in? And now we flop like a pair plus like a bunch of straight draws where I don't even know what we have.
Yeah, you pretty much have a gut shot and a top pair. So I would just pot it.
Because of his stack size?
Yeah. If you were deeper, this would be a much more dangerous situation. Definitely bet call.
So we're up against aces, which have a ton of equity.
Yeah, we have an insane amount of equity right here.
Yeah.
Like,
make a wall.
Well, that was not a good turn, but yeah.
Well, and we'll go back to that hand.
Yeah.
This hand right here, we have 10s with Jack 8. I think this is a pretty good hand.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is a good worthy hand of re-raising.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. Just because, so we have a
you have a
ender
wrap.
plus we have a small round.
Yeah, it's a smaller round.
So what was your play here? Would you have let out or? Oh, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Would you have let out on the flop?
I really don't like check calling.
So you check raise or you bet?
I think leading out is fine.
Is this a hand where you lead out and bet 3-bet all in?
No, definitely not.
Because what if we had like also a flush draw that's not the nut flush
then
draw?
Yeah.
All in, right?
If it's not the nut flush draw, I'd probably still I'd go with it. I wouldn't.
So what was your plan to bet here if he raised?
If he raised, I would most likely pitch it, mainly because his raise is very strong, consisting of either like pure bluffs or.
So we would just see bet here like 6 or like.
I'd do about like 450.
So you can make it 5, whatever. It's like standard C-bet.
Yeah, and
so he does call. We have pair 5s now, so it's pretty terrible.
Yeah, I would pretty much. Yeah, I'd be done with the hand. But if the board was more drawy, I would definitely
right?
3-barrel it, or like 100%, because this guy's calling with ace X's, weak ace X's, and draws. I would just fold.
OK， 所以刚刚我们经过几把牌，刚虽然说我们有 10-10 Jack A， 可是只有一个数而已，所以算是一个不错的牌，但是没有好到说我们可以 re-raise， 因为在据我所知，在 Omaha 里面，there's no hand pre-flop that has a significant amount of equity over another hand, like aces， 像
aces against a random hand is 67.
对 2-7 is like what 85%, 83%， 但是在 Omaha there's no 80% favorite pre-flop.
67% against like a random hand.
所以在 Omaha 里面，你的 3-bet range 可以，you can be wider and thus，我们也可以 call 3 bets wider. You can call more 3 bets
and 4 bets
as well. 因为 because pre-flop is just like you need the cards to come out and then you see a better idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
那刚刚那边的话 10-10 Jack 10-10 8 Queen， 我们那个地方 we flop a small wrap 的意思就是说我们有中洞 we have gut shots we also have open ender 我们有中洞又有双头顺，那可是最好的情况就是说你有中洞双头顺，然后你还加上有 flush draw， 那个 flush draw 最好还是 not flush draw， 那因为我们没有这3个全部的在一起的话，我们的 hand 就算一个 it's a strong but not very strong hand，
yeah，
所以不是一个你可以打 all in 的牌，但是你可以 play a decent sized pot。
The biggest thing with wraps that I think a lot of people get in trouble with, because people get very excited about having the wrap. It's like,
oh my god, top pair. No taker.
Yeah, I would just check fold.
So I'll just check fold this. 因为这个在 normal hold, maybe you can check call here, and now we have a gut shot, which is obviously not to the nuts.
Yeah.
So we will still check here.
Yeah. There's already like 2 pairs that exist, etc.
因为在 even here, if we have like 10-6, would not be a bet.
No.
Yeah. 甚至在这边有 10-6 的话都不能 bet， 因为你 the only thing that will call you is a better 2 pair.
Exactly.
对。
It's a very big concept of always asking what can call me if I'm value betting or if I'm bluffing, because a lot of people who transition from no limit are going to be like, oh my god, I have trip 10s on the river, but there's a possibility for straight, etc., etc.
Yeah, let's that idea first. We're here. I think we're looking at like a double suited.
Yeah,
jump
see this hand looks really nice
with a dangler over here. So this is the pitch.
Yeah, definitely.
因为刚刚这个70 J 勉强连在一起，但那张是 totally destroyed that hand. The 4 destroyed the hand for sure.
Yeah, and that 4 would have to be at least like an 8 to make that play.
And it would be good. Yeah, now we have obviously here is also terrible.
Yeah.
基本上大家记住就是说 ，if you want to play suited hands， 你要玩有同化的牌的话，你一定要带一张 A。So this would be also a pretty bad hand because it's like a dangler as well. So under the gun we would fold.
Yeah, don't be fooled that it's double suited.
对啊，看起来 double suited you can make 2 flush draws.
It's not that good because your flush draw is super dominant.
Yeah， 因为你很多时候 在 Omaha 很多时候会被人家 flush over flush，set over set，straight over
very
straight， 所以
standard.
你必须要去玩大一点的。像 this hand is a little bit better because we do have ace high flush draw, but we have a terrible pair. So we would just fold this.
Exactly, yeah.
因为2张5 ，OK, you can go for a set， 你可以去 set my people， 但是你要记住的是 ，Alright, we hit a set of 5s, right? 可是很多时候在这边会打坏的牌。会是 set of 10s or set of 9s
or 7-8, 6-7-8,
6-7-8
Jack Queen King. It's like you're always. You
那
don't
现在我
even
们
know
还
if you're good here.
输19、输15这样。
Yeah, that's actually a very good example.
这个是一个会让你有 marginal hand 的一个 situation. It will bring you into a marginal. So this is a hand that
it's kind of marginal.
It's marginal because the ace is not suited.
Yeah, if the ace was suited, I'd definitely play that.
Yeah. 所以这个地方算是连在一起，但是当 A is like working by itself， 那个 A 他自己一个人在那边不知道干嘛。
Yeah.
那如果是 A 是带一张梅花的话 ，then we have a suited ace，even though we have 3 of our own，but it's like suited and somewhat connected， 所以这个牌还是可以打的。但是在这张 ace 没有 suited 的情况下 ，then you can't even play at all。And this is 这也是一个 another example of double suited junk.
Yeah, but I would still open this in
on the small blind
and on the button.
Yes, on the button we open.
Yeah. If folded.
I understand. On the button we can even open as light as like 4-4.
Yeah, that's pretty light, but yeah. Given that the blinds are tight, I would open this. If they're very loose, I would just get rid of it.
Yeah, so we can call here King Queen 3 7 6. So we do flop a set of 4s, which is not something to be very excited about because there's a million draws out there.
Yeah.
But what we would do here, we would still bet, right?
Yeah, we definitely still bet. I think we have to.
We're gonna bet like
I'd like pot it too,
just because it's flush draws.
Yeah,
this was rainbow.
Anything's calling you. Any flush draw is never folding just because you bet 10 instead.
So I assume I know this guy who used to play no limit, so I assume that he's like
he's very confident
nut peddler.
Yeah.
And folded them is probably a fish. So against a fish, we would be no problem getting in with 4s.
Yeah. Right now, I put this guy on a range of flush draws.
That's not a good card.
It's not bad because I don't
we do have a
exactly expect him to play 6-7 here unless he has a flush draw, or I mean lower straight 3. Yeah. So I still would bet this turn.
But you can't bet calling.
You cannot bet the call this turn. Any check raise on this turn is a nuts for sure. Like
so here we have like a straight draw. We're just gonna check here.
Yeah.
He bets out.
This is tough, mainly because he's a good player,
and he's not gonna fuck around. So.
Yeah, but the thing is, he would have to be calling with a low wrap. So I'm not I'm not exactly sure if he. Okay, you think he has a 6-3?
I think it's a straight for sure because this guy is
super just.
He's just nitty. Right here we have like I can't even see what's going on here. We have a straight flush draw. Out of here.
I would open.
You open?
Yeah, definitely open. It's a
so
good.
I would just fold here.
Yeah, I would fold that
because in normal hold'em this is a hand 你可以打 all in. 但是在 Pot-Limit Omaha, remember 你的 first draw is not ace high, then you probably shouldn't be playing it.
Yeah. You literally just have a pair of 4s. You can't consider your flush draw to be good.
Yeah.
And the reason for opening this hand, like any double paired hand, okay, except like 7 deuce deuce and
So this is a pretty sticky situation given how many like draws are that we have, and then we have bottom set. So would you check here?
I would never check, but what I
okay, so I would. Now we definitely can ISO him like by raising it to 24. Have these guys fold and then get it all with him.
No matter what, I would just straight pot this. Given that I don't mind getting this in.
So you have double suited here with the ace x.
Yeah, I would definitely
play this. So it's like not even like connected at all.
From there, if the people behind you are tight, I would open this. And Zek GB is tight, and then now we just get it
because of what my read is on Zek KGB. There's just a flush draw and obviously
get there.
It's okay. So because he was tight and he let out for like basically almost full pot. My read was that he's already got a main hand, which is a straight. So we're drawing to the boat, and then he's the type of player that even if we draw to the boat, he would not pay off his straight.
True.
Yeah.
But another thing is he knows that it looks like he has a straight. And one thing that most common players will do is they won't call that type of flop without the flush draw, because a straight's no good on, or a wrap is not that good when there's a flush draw on the board. It's significantly dominated. So and another thing is I don't think they draw to the low wrap as often. So I think it makes it a bit closer of a situation than just.
Well, I think that was a close situation. 所以刚刚的是一个蛮一半一半的 situation. But I think if we're learning in the beginning,
definitely folding is much better.
Is a much better option.
Much better option.
Just to 那你可以之后你先盖牌这边，你确不确定的话，你之后去确认之后，你再来想说 should I put this hand or not?
It's so close though.
Yeah, it's very close.
You can just
My read on him is that he's probably here not pedaling and ready for nuts. So I think his fold is fine against this particular player.
But it's just definitely something to consider later.
I want to check how our step was doing against.
That's a good idea.
The guy's range. I imagine it wasn't so much.
Against if he just had a flush draw, it's doing pretty well in terms of Omaha.
Where's Omaha in the Poker Manager?
Click on it was next to filter. Go to cash games, and then see filter. Just click instead of hold 'em. No, there. Change that to Omaha High. Yeah, and then sessions.
Okay, so
go to set. Oh, okay. Lifetime losing at Omaha.
Let's see here. So we lost like.
Yeah, it should be the. Oh yeah, that hand.
Okay. So 这手牌呢，我们刚刚是 on the turn we're an 80% favorite, so that's very good.
Yeah.
So this guy got it in with
just a flush draw.
A flush draw and a pair, which is no good.
Yeah.
So his hand is actually pretty weak here because he only has a pair that's no good and not enough flush draw.
Yeah. That's very dangerous play because if someone has enough flush draw, he's already like drawing dead.
He's drawing dead, right?
Yeah.
So not a very good play by him. So that's fine.
But you're going to encounter a lot of that, which is why you want to stick with
83-18. 83-18 in Omaha is huge.
Yeah.
So we have aces here. We're always going to 3-bet him.
But the thing is, I would call with these aces in the. Now for sure we're 4-betting, cold 4-betting. But I would definitely call with these aces in the blinds because they're not that good. Like. They're single suited.
So if it's a king here, it's super good.
No, if it was like a king, queen, or jack 10, like when the cards work together, it's super good.
But this is too bad to open, huh? Or is it? This is like
that's kind of bad.
A deuce 7 off.
I would stay away from opening these hands when starting out for sure.
那我们来看一下我们刚刚这个牌。
Because you have to do a ton of 3-barreling and understand like hand reading if you're gonna.
对，那就是说不太建议 beginner 开这种牌，因为这种牌的话比较资深一点的玩家，然后甚至要知道很多 play 还可以。所以这是他现在 3 aces, which is so pre-flop 的话我们是 50-50 against him. But let's look at what happened on the flop. We got it on the flop and we're actually at 56%.
Yeah, and that's gonna happen a lot.
Okay, so we have a rundown here.
Single suited rundown. Very good.
So it's a pretty good hand.
Yeah.
那我们就这边会 raise.
I'm surprised he didn't 4-bet you on the flop.
So we have like, but this is a good flop to c-bet, right? Because
given that it's like it's so low,
8 here.
I would actually bet around like 650 half pots on these boards because it's either someone has something or
so
they
has
don't.
a 5 or don't, right?
Yeah.
The only thing
because people don't really mess around. Like if they have 10s, jacks, they're like, okay, I'm still not gonna call. Only I think kings or aces will call you there, and 5s obviously.
所以跟听就讲一些东西，我开始有一点 idea 说 Omaha 该怎么样打。因为基本上你就是打你的 pre-flop， 你要选择很好的牌。那 I think we're going to talk a little bit more about pre-flop 的选牌该怎么选。But I think everybody gets an idea of like not playing hands like 7, 6, 10, queen. Like, you connected 7, 6, 10, but queen is like way out there, and this is like a double suited junk again. It's not,
but the thing is, you're in the cutoff.
We're in the cutoff,
so we can definitely open this. It's like 4-handed, I think, actually.
牌没有说很好 It's not terrible, but it's not very good.
It's not very good.
但是我们可以 raise， 因为我们的 position 很好 ，we're in the cutoff, so we can still the blinds. We have position 在 Omaha 是非常重要的。
Yeah. One of the hardest things I actually found when starting playing PLO was pre-flop hand selection. A lot of hands look very playable, and it's very confusing for a beginning PLO player. So again, I definitely just recommend playing really tight early position, So I mean, the lowest rundown I'd open there is maybe like a
5, 6, 7,
5,
8.
6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
And then you want to play, you know, the big broadways.
So this is a hand where you would fold or call.
Yeah, I would definitely just fold.
Yeah, because of the 3 and the 3 hearts, right?
Yeah, it's like another thing is if you do flop a flush draw, okay, what flush draw is getting it in with you? Only the king high.
You have
the queen and the jack.
Right.
So that's why ace king actually isn't as good of a hand when they're both suited in this game, because you want to get in situations where you have the nuts and people have the second nuts, because those are always the hardest situations in PLO for people to get away from, because people could be bluffing and you know it's the second nuts.
So I actually think. Well, I'm just ask you about this. From what I'm seeing here, so this is even though we have like what we call like this is a wrap here.
Yeah.
So we have a wrap right to open ender. 但是我们 is a pair board.
Yeah.
So you should never draw here.
And it's the bottom end.
Yeah, it's the bottom end. So 你这边 board 已经 pair 了，然后有可能有 full house. Somebody may already have a full house, or you have to draw to a full house. 或是他别人有更高的顺着 draw， 那你这个根本一点屁用都没有。So I wouldn't even call a bet here.
Yeah, I would.
And
yeah.
even if we make our straight, we would have to very pursue with caution.
Yeah, I would actually, even if I made a straight, I would bet fold or just
you would bet
check
against
fold.
like a calling station and then check fold against like a solid player.
Yeah.
So actually, this is a 100 no limit already, and as we all know, 100 no limit nowadays, a no limit home 6 max is not rather easy.
Yeah, definitely.
What I feel here is that nobody's really like playing too well.
Yeah, look at the stats on these tables. 50%, that can't be good.
Yeah,
you know, 70%.
在 Omaha 的话 ，is like 有很多比较不会打的朋友，因为这个 game 还没有那么 popular。So 如果你觉得你 Omaha 玩的腻了，或者想要 try 个新的 game 的话，对 Omaha 会是一个不错的选择。而且我们现在会开始研究更多 Omaha 的东西，放上网站来给大家看。就刚刚讲到说你 VPIP 50 ，obviously 那个是一个不好的一个 number. So what's a good number to play then?
For starting players, you definitely want to play between 20 to 30, and definitely want to you want to be about 20 VPIP is
20
is best.
That's really tight.
Yeah,
for PLO.
But it's very good because again, you're seeing the types of hands these guys are going with.
Right. They're just kind of like this feels kind of like an Omaha Hold'em a couple of years ago. So here you were open here because of queens.
Oh yeah. Those are like.
So you would fold like
still
10s
marginal
maybe?
though.
Yeah, it's like pretty marginal. So you would fold 10s? Here?
Definitely fold 10s and jacks.
Okay, so queen 是最少的. So if it's queen like 3-2 offsuit,
then I'm
open?
done. No, even if it's queen 3-2 with single suited, I would still fold.
Okay, 所以其实 queen 看起来是 like queen obviously 我们大家都知道是一个 very strong hand, right?
Yeah.
You call here.
Yeah, definitely.
And no Omaha Hold'em, 但是在 Pot-Limit Omaha 其实是一个 very marginal 的牌，不太好的牌。So we would raise, but我们不会太高兴，我们会很小心。And here we have a gush, open ender.
You have a wrap.
We have a wrap, but there's a flush draw out there, and we have 2 10s.
Yeah, and you have the 10s that block your wrap.
Yeah, so I would just fold here.
Yeah, that's good. Again, like you really want to stay away from wraps, and that was a weak wrap. There's 3 types of wraps actually. It's pretty amazing.
One of the wrap is I know it's like a super combo wrap where anything comes you make it straight.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
the one you're waiting for, right?
Wrap.
That's what you're waiting for.
That's like the double open ender. It's very rare to get that though. Most of the time you get a 4 wrap.
在 PLO 里面有个东西叫做 wrap， 就是可能 flop is like what 4-5, and you have like
6-7-8,
5-6-7-8-3这样子。
Yeah.
就是全部任何一张那个附近的牌来的话，都可以让你得到顺子。Okay, so this guy got in with King 10.
Yeah.
And what did this guy get in there with? So we would fold jacks right here, even though it's double suited.
Yeah.
Do we call here?
I would probably stay away from calling those because again,
I'm like leaning towards calling here. I'm not sure if this is correct.
I would actually 3-bet that.
Okay, just because
it's a very nice hand.
Yeah, like the 10 in position.
Yeah, or you can full pot it. One good thing it does is balances your 3-betting range with aces, and then
so obviously we're gonna rep aces here.
Yeah,
betting like 14 here.
Yeah, or like 13, 14 is fine.
And we would fold obviously to it.
Yeah,
I'm nuts.
So
what would you do here? Like 32.
Yeah, anywhere from there to 40 is fine. I think that's a good size. 30 could be a little small.
So 如果我们刚刚没有 turn on 那个 queen 的话，我们可能就会盖牌。So we would fold unless we make a big hand.
Yeah.
So let's just say we pick up a flush draw. Would you still go with it? Now we have the king high flush draw.
Yeah, it depends. Like if it's just a flush draw, maybe we have a gut shot.
Aces.
Oh
with,
shoot,
with
aces.
Suited as
Yeah,
well.
that's still a junky ace hand, but given if it limps around,
we would raise if it's limped around.
I would actually still limp this. Because you're going to be out of position with very shitty aces. Like they don't make the nuts post. Only thing you're looking for is a set.
So now we have overpair.
Yeah,
we have
but there's a flush draw out there and the 2 6s.
So we would just
check fold.
Okay, and just check here as well.
Yeah. If that was double suited, I might raise.
So we now have a flush draw now. Do we even bet here? Because it looks like nobody has a 6.
If you feel no one has a 6, a bet definitely is not bad.
Because we do still have enough flush draw and aces to go up.
The aces are for sure good if no one has a 6. So even without the flush draw, you'd still be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
所以刚刚的 aces 就觉得 pre-flop 不应该 raise， 因为它 aces 因为配两张牌没有说非常好，所以让你的 aces 呢变成就是说一个 mediocre hand， 而且刚刚我们的 position 是 small blind， if we raise right there, everybody's gonna call us.
Yeah.
那这样变成就是说我们是 out of position against 4 players, so that's probably not good. But we would have definitely 3-bet that if somebody raised.
Well, it depends on the thing with. I probably would have called because they're just really bad aces.
So this is a strong hand.
I would definitely raise that.
So 这是一个
and 3-bet.
It's a low rundown, but it's
but it's gapped at the middle.
Yeah. So now there we have like nothing. But we can just c-bet here.
Yeah, just like in Hold'em. Like if you have no equity, just
bet fold, right?
Yeah, bet fold.
所以这边的话，我们牌这样插上去 bet fold. It's a good flop to c-bet. It's 10-5-5. If he doesn't have a 5 or maybe a 10 or a flush draw, he's not going to go. And I would think this hand is pretty bad.
Yeah. If it was folded to you, I can see opening it.
So we do have a very
strong that's a very nice hand. Yeah.
Ace, king, queen, 10 suited.
Suited king. Yeah.
One thing. Would you like get it all in here?
No, not pre.
Like 3-bet, you call, right?
Yeah, I would just call a 3-bet. Given his stack size, it could be dangerous since your aces and king is dominated because you're using those to make straights. And since he's half stack, I don't think you have too many implied odds to stack those types of hands.
Yeah, I'm feeling like the fact that nobody's really playing like optimally, like really, really optimally, even the better players, since this game is so considerably new.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should beat this.
这个好像是我们另外一个5看的友人呢，他也是 Omaha 的 expert, right? And then we're gonna play again.
So we'll probably be 3-betting that guy a lot. I think he's kind of competent, so. He won't probably be able to deal with our 3-bets. But one thing to note was with the aces hand on the king 6-6, you'll notice everyone check folded.
I would just fold here.
Yeah, definitely.
所以3-3-20，虽然说你有一个 pair， 然后又 double suited， 但记住，我们的 suited 都没有 enough flush draw， 也 not even king high flush draw， 所以是 terrible flush draw。那我们的3又太小， the 3 is too small for us to make a set to play.
And they're so far away.
So can you actually bet this?
I think calling is better.
At least call, right?
Yeah.
So we flop nothing, so you just fold.
Yeah.
So basically, you don't need to be bluffing here, right? You don't need to be bluffing this 100.
Yeah, you don't need to. There are spots though, as you get used to the game, that you'll start to notice that you can.
But as beginner,
yeah, as a beginner, you should definitely just focus on ABC.
Value betting.
Yeah.
对，所以在一个初学者的 this looks so pretty.
It does. It's so bad.
is this a fold as well?
Yeah, I would definitely I definitely lean towards folding.
所以刚刚这7-7-9觉得像是连在一起，可是也是一个不好的牌，因为7-7 first of all 7-7 is not a very strong hand. 7-7 is you make middle sets and it's not good. And 7-9 Jack is not exactly good as well.
Paired hands just aren't.
So I guess we can bluff here, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because he checked. That doesn't mean he has no made flush, so you should just bet and bet here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my first bluff in Omaha. So B-side Omaha bluff here. 所以这边也是一样，这边 double suited, low pair, terrible hand, we fold.
Yeah.
No, it's fun. You get to make hand all the time.
Yeah, I think it's actually
I'm a lag.
pretty fun game. You get to just see way bigger hands. You have 4 cards.
Okay, so we raise this, it's okay on the button, but we flop absolutely nothing on the card draw, and we just check here.
Yeah.
所以这个虽然说我们在 button open， 因为我们的 position 好，然后牌不好，可是 flop 出来这样子的时候是太多牌有可能 call 的，所以we would just check here or just fold.
Check fold. Yeah, most people, I don't know, who play no limit might think, I can bet fold that or, because I have no equity, but it's like, it's just really, really bad.
We have double suited and we have a pair and we do have the ace high flush draw as well. So I think this is a decent hand for us
to ISO.
To raise.
Yeah.
因为我们有 ace high 的 flush draw 记得，然后6-6是 OK， 6-7也是 connected。那最主要是因为我们有 ace high 的 flush draw. That's the main thing, right? And I would just call here.
I definitely lean towards folding.
Wow, it's so pretty. How do you fold?
Yeah, it looks really nice, but
how to fold?
All you do is flop the nut flush draw, 5 sets, and if you flop the club draw, you're in trouble.
We have a open gut shot straight flush draw.
Yeah.
But we're folding here if we get raised.
Yeah, definitely.
因为我们这边的 draw 虽然看起来 normal hold 看起来不错，可是在 pot Omaha we might be drawing dead or drawing very thin. 所以刚刚的地方的话，虽然说我们有一个 flush draw and a pair， 如果被他 raise 的话，会是一个比较盖牌的情况。And how's this hand? Like ace.
See, it looks kind of good, but once the ace and the king are suited, again, when you flop the nut flush draw, like people aren't going to have the second nuts.
So this is also a pretty bad hand as well.
Yeah, but since it's cut off, I would definitely open.
Okay, 所以这个虽然说牌不太好，可是我们在 cut off 我们可以开的牌。Would you open this? This is okay.
But not under the gun.
Oh man.
It looks pretty.
我是一个非常好的一个 normal home player 的例子。I'm a very good example of a normal home player, I guess. I would just bet here.
Yeah.
Have an open ender.
Yeah.
And an ace. And I would call here for the queen.
Yeah, you can
because they're so short.
I wouldn't 3-bet. Queens are actually play really, really bad in PLO.
So we have 2 pair and still a straight draw to the bottom end of the straight. So I would just check here.
Yeah, I kind of give them like a 8-9 or 8-7, 7-8 type hand.
Bet here one more time.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna fold to a check raise.
Yeah. 所以刚 queen 不能打，因为他会打 all in 的牌，就是那种 ace whatever. So we have a straight here. That's our first straight of the day.
Yeah.
And he's leading out full pot. I think this would be a fold.
Yeah.
所以这个是比较盖牌的情况下，因为我们的 straight 是 A and then a straight. So I think this is a fold.
Yeah.
Whereas a normal home player would snap call this.
Yeah.
And lose and call it cooler. So we have a set of kings here. We're obviously going to play this hand now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super fast.
So we're just going to play. We're going to full pot this.
Yeah, I usually do like some 11 or 12.
所以刚刚这个情况要注意到，我们会在we're going to pull up that hand one more time. Just so we do have the nut flush draw as well.
Yeah.
So we're just going to bet.
Yeah, I still would bet for sure. I definitely put him on like a flush club draw type hand. Yeah, it's fine.
So even against 就算他有 10 jack 的话，
and you
still
call
have a ton of equity.
Yeah.
You have a jack to block as well.
You're probably like 40-60 even against a straight.
Would you limp here?
No, I would.
I feel like maybe limping is okay in these
Actually, yeah, that does.
Because you do have a ace high flush draw. So we're playing a small pot with the ace high.
Because I don't really want to raise because it bloats the pot with such a weak hand.
Yeah, I think limping is fine because.
I think limping will definitely be better than folding.
How about here for mid raise? We can call for it.
I would fold that.
Wow, you just fold?
Yeah.
You gain like 1,000,000 to 1.
I know that's.
You must fold.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it's gonna get you in trouble spots. I mean, yeah, you did flop the nuts, but. But again,
just fold here.
Again, we want to play very, very tight.
Okay, now we have enough flush draw actually. But okay, so this is a hand you would call or 3-bet. 9
versus the button, I would probably lean more towards.
Okay, so we would call here just because we have enough flush draw.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we'll raise here. And we make nothing.
Yeah.
So we just fold. 我刚刚就有提到，可是我忘记 讲说他觉得 VPIP 差不多 around 20 is good.
Yeah.
Oh baby.
Oh wow.
Double suited ace.
Yeah.
9. This is a very strong ace.
Very
right?
very strong.
所以这是一个非常强的牌，所以就是 three bet all in
yeah.
all day whatever.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough to play post flop because I don't know. These two will call for sure. So you're just hoping to flop a flush draw or set.
No, what's that? This is a pretty terrible situation.
Yeah.
So you can bet fold this?
I would actually check fold.
Check fold, right?
Yeah.
所以这虽然说我们的牌 would you fold his first of all?
Yeah.
虽然说我们牌很好，可是 flop 是非常不好的情况。如果我们在这边 bet 的话 it will be a big bet, it will be like 18. So this is a check fold situation here. Yeah, so 这个跟 normal home 差非常多，但是你必须要adjust 才可以在这边成功。所以像这个9976 looks so pretty, I really want to call.
Yeah.
所以说you cannot call, 不可以叫。
It's gonna just get
这
you
个会
in a
让
lot of
你
trouble.
进入一些比较不好的情况下。So is this too light here?
No, I don't think that's too much. Given that you're on the button, I think it's fine.
So oh baby. So this is a hand where we play all in.
Yeah, no matter what.
Okay.
Especially against this guy. Remember he stacked off with the king high flush draw?
Right.
Just the king high flush draw.
Right.
So we're not even scared of any sets.
So 我们就现在就掉平的对了 So we're just gonna go with it.
Our equity is actually very good against like any hand here.
So we're up against
Especially that hand.
we dominate his flush draw
Yeah.
and we dominate his king.
And we have his 10 blocker.
So we win, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Oh, that's a pretty good.
7, 7, 8, 9.
The 4's dangler, but I was still open here.
Yeah, definitely.
Cut off.
In the cutoff.
所以刚刚这家伙是 King 10 Queen A, so he did have. See,这是为什么你不应该 play dominated draws. That's exactly why you don't want to play dominated draws because you make hands.
Your
like
hand looks good. His hand looks good in his perspective, but the fact that you have the ace high just kills it. If you didn't have the ace high flush draw, his hand is very strong.
So I have 2 pair here if I decided to check. Do you think I should have bet fold?
Yeah, I would definitely lean towards betting.
Yeah, I actually didn't see that I have 2 pair, but.
Because I think a lot of 5-7s flush draws are calling you just weak aces.
像刚刚的家伙这个 Queen，刚刚那把牌，其实他的牌看起来，看起来很漂亮。
Yeah, the jack's in position, it's fine.
So King 9, we bet here.
Yeah, definitely. It's straight.
Bet bigger.
I would just pot it.
So he checks, I'm just gonna bet that.
Yeah, definitely.
所以像我们刚刚这个 situation.
Oh, this is a very good example right here. Paired boards in PLO are very good for you, given that he has a draw majority of the time. Like, does he? You don't think he has a deuce here? You know, that doesn't really make sense.
Right.
So I would definitely lean more towards raising.
Raise fold.
Yeah.
So like 26.
Yeah. Because again, I don't really put him on a deuce, and why would a deuce just bet 850? It looks like he has the heart flush draw. But again, paired boards and no limit.
We have a set here, and I just check call 1 straight. Is that fine?
Yeah, I think that was fine.
There's a min bet towards me. That's what I call.
Yeah, I think that was fine.
Yeah. 所以刚刚就说刚刚的 situation 是一个很经典的 Omaha situation. So you think his most majority of his range is a draw?
Yeah, and that paired board makes his draw totally useless. Like every time people have a draw,
So he dunk bet folds.
Yeah. Or if he checked, he was probably going to fold to any bet. So you could have any 2 cards there or any 4 cards, and he would fold just because the turn paired.
Okay, 所以说 pair board 在 Omaha 对我们来说是非常好，因为我们可以 we can bluff it.
Yeah, it's opposite of no limit hold'em.
对，
所
以 no limit hold'em 是 pair board 不要 bluff，那 Omaha 是 pair board you bluff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the turn comes a pair, you think they're always going to call because the board didn't change, right? In no limit. But in Omaha, the draw's equity is reduced tremendously.
Well, actually his hand is pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good.
所以他的牌看起来很漂亮，可是
But watch the flop.
你要记得说他的 Queen High 这个 flush draw 不是好的 flush draw，可是 flop 一出来的时候，他被 completely dominated.
70-30 is like 90-10 in no limit hold'em.
So here, would you bet? With the Queen High flush
Yeah. If it was
and a bet fold here.
Yeah.
所以记住这个说出来，你 Queen High flush draw plus Queen and 9-9， 你这个地方还是要 bet fold. And what would you do now?
I would still bet.
Okay, like 20.
Yeah. Because I actually put him on the flush draw.
We can move him off the hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the flush now.
Yeah.
Would this be a check fold or a value bet against him? Or a check call?
This is let's say.
We can bet like small or whatever.
The thing, yeah, if we bet small, we know we're gonna get raised only by the nut flush draw. I actually probably would check fold with the queen nine.
因为在 Pot-Limit Omaha 里面，他如果有很小的 flush 的话，应该是 small flush he's not going to bet.
I think he has the ace high flush draw.
Especially this big.
Yeah.
So we're just going to fold.
Yeah.
Which is like in Omaha this would be a check raise all in.
Yeah, for sure.
And 但在 Omaha 我们比较盖牌，因为他不会 bet a lower flush like that. So it would be like either the nuts or nothing then.
Yeah, like I put him on
So
like ace high flush draw. Yeah, that's a very good spot to call.
I would
calling there is fine too.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call king. Flop like everything.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna check raise.
I would check raise all in. Yeah.
So we make a flush here. So should we bet at all?
No, I would definitely not.
So even though 我们现在有 jack high flush， 我们还是不能 bet， 因为 because this is Omaha, we cannot bet, and there's 4 people in it. 所以这 you have to just play very carefully with these.
Yeah.
So now nobody's bad. I'm just gonna full power.
Yeah, for sure.
We got like the absolute nuts here.
Yeah.
Jack high.
Now you have
the
second nuts. Here. Yeah. I would value bet there for sure.
Like 6 half pot, and then I would still bet here.
Yeah, I would value bet here.
Even though, but I think you can possibly fold to the jam here.
Yeah, definitely.
对，所以
no one's bluffing.
必须要 fold 掉，因为他们会 they only have straight.
Yeah.
And this is specifically to Omaha.
Yeah. Oh, that was
What happened?
Juanito was in that hand.
Oh, did we play with him?
Yeah, we just value bet our jack high flush against him.
He didn't call us.
Yeah, he didn't re-bluff us or either.
Okay, so we're just gonna call with queens.
Yeah, it's a very good hand. You have like 22%.
I bet here, but he get called. I'm gonna shut down here.
Yeah, it's a dry flop, so he has ace more likely than a draw.
Right.
So you're pretty much done.
So we have to have a set here.
Yeah.
We should bet.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, just bet 8.
It's weird that he raised and then just check folded. I mean, just check the ace high flop. Like once he does that, he pretty much doesn't have a strong hand. Mm-hmm. So you can't really expect to get much out of value, but you.
So I would raise here because he limped.
Yeah, raising is fine with this.
So I just call here with jacks.
I would fold.
Okay.
Yeah. And queens there, I probably would fold as well. Yeah, definitely betting this. Our hand is not that strong, given that if he just has a pair of 4s, he has like 50% equity against us.
Wow.
Yeah.
所以刚刚那个 flop 的话，就算他只有一对4而已的话，就一张4而已的话，他还是有一半的 equity against 我们的牌。But here, looking at he plays 79%, I would have ISO him.
Yeah.
With this hand.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so this is also like a pretty junky hand.
3-4.
Yeah, and it's like 1 suit. If it's double suited, then it becomes a little bit stronger.
Yeah, but it's still it's playable.
To like a raise.
Yeah, it's definitely still playable to raise.
So it looks like it's actually Omaha 其实没有那么难. It's actually kind of simple. It looks a little bit more difficult than it actually is. 我觉得 you just need to get assimilated to the game a little bit.
Yeah, you need to understand how strong your hand is. Like like people underestimate and overestimate how strong their hand is in this game a lot.
So we obviously have like a terrible hand here.
Yeah.
Given the board. 所以虽然说我们 AA and an A， 但是因为这个牌连他太多牌了，所以我们的牌变得超烂。然后现在已经有 straight on the board。
Two pair.
你们要记得就是说，在 Omaha, if you have a jack and just one jack is not a straight， 你必须要有 jack 10， 一定要用手上有2张牌才可以。所以不是说你只有1张红心就是 flush， you need 2张红心 ，you need 2 flush cards to make it straight.
Yeah.
You cannot have just like so 你不要去玩一张 ace 就觉得说I have enough flush draw with 1 ace in my hand. So I have enough flush draw. So you just check here.
Yeah. Ace high boards, especially dry ones, these guys are always calling with the ace x hand. They overvalue how strong their hand.
So if they have like ace king here, they would be like,
oh yeah, it's ace king, yeah, because they're thinking no limit, but it's very dangerous.
Okay, so I think we would just call here.
Yeah, definitely. All we're looking for is king high flush and oversetting people.
Right. 所以我们等于是在 we're trying to like set mine.
Yeah.
And then only big sets, not small sets.
Yeah. But if your opponent stacks off very light with any two pair, like he's overvaluing, then body sets get more value. Yeah, it's just like no limit.
I would imagine a lot of people are doing that, like they're stacking off like when
what they're stacking off with, you need to pay. Everyone needs to pay attention and take notes on those things.
So you can't play 24 tables then?
Not until you've
not in the beginning.
Yeah, until you really understand the game. But I think 24 table in PLO would be pretty hard. You make a lot of money though if you could do it.
So we have aces here.
Yeah, I would ISO. Because with these bad aces, you kind of want to play heads up. Like, you got to realize in Omaha there's hands to play heads up and there's hands to play multi-way. So multi-way hands are like rundowns. Yeah, anything that flop use stronger, flushes and sets.
所以在 Omaha 里面也跟 No Limit Hold'em 一样，有些牌是比较适合打heads up，有些牌是比较适合打很多人的。那像这种比较烂的 AA 就比较适合一个人或两个人的 pot。那比如说你现在有什么 straight draw 的话，6、7、8、9啊，真的是一个比较适合打多人的一个 hand。Here we have open ender.
Yeah, I would just check.
Okay.
Yeah, because you really don't.
What about the aces here?
Given it's the heads up, I would bet. Then you have the ace of clubs. So it's hard for him to. Well, he's a fish.
Okay, so should we raise here now that we have the nut straight?
Definitely.
All pot?
Yeah, just straight pot it. It's obvious what you have when you raise anyway.
But I don't think these people care actually, because they have to have like
if they have
two pair all in.
Yeah. King 9 all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since open.
Yeah. Your table is very shorthanded, so we just assume you're cut off for every open, and then if that was heads up, I would bet fold that, given you have no equity and.
So we're just gonna see bet here.
Yeah.
这边就做一个 standard 的 C bet， 如果 bad raise 或者是 call 的话，等于就 shut down， 对吧？
Yeah.
但是这 VPIP 75.4 ，obviously not a very good player.
If he was deeper stacked and it was a different turn, I might 3-barrel. But again, this is stick with the beginner concepts first.
Alright, so we're just gonna play the blinds here. It's a terrible hand. We're gonna open.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad hand.
Button. Flop very dry, so we can obviously see that. Not for value here.
Yeah, this is a bluff. This is a bluff.
所以这边的话，我们在带的话是一个 we just like 我们只是希望把中间钱拿 just take down the pot right now.
Yeah.
而不是 we hope nobody calls.
Yeah.
If somebody calls, we hope we hit a 10. Then obviously we have to fold.
Yeah.
Or I have king, I'm not king 10.
Like I probably have some sort of bottom wrap or king 4, king deuce.
Probably deuce 4.
Or deuce 4 too, yeah.
Okay, so I guess we're just gonna sit out. 我觉得刚刚那个 video 大家应该了解，跟我一样，我的 Omaha 的话也是算蛮新手的，然后因为有就这种比较资深的一点选手帮我们研究一些 Omaha 的 concept， 我希望这个 video 可以带给大家多一点兴趣来尝试一下 Omaha。那之后我们会有多一点的 Omaha video 来给大家 and I think it's been a very helpful video. We thank Joe for sharing us with his insights, and we hope to hear from you next time.
All right, sounds good.
All right,
thanks.